Happy birthday. Born on the 22nd of December is a very good horoscope to have. It means that you are born on a very lucky day when some 2 or 3 very good planets were there and some very fast ones as well, making you very inventive and very good in communication, having a very good memory, but sometimes having too much on your mind as well. And you also have creative planets who tend to bring the level of creativity in entertainment fields or the beauty field or the interior decorative field, or even if you're a doctor, you will have this inventiveness, this communicationness, and also a lot of feelings of imagination and creativity. So you have a very interesting horoscope, and this horoscope is very fast. So even at an early age of 22 and 23 and 24, some success will already be seen for you, either early studies or either going to early work, because many people born on the 22nd of December don't like books too much. They like to be hands-on with things, and they're able to create things like that. And they are extremely good in the IT industry, and they are rule breakers. So these are the ones that break the traditional rules to go into the unknown. And these are the ones born 22nd of December who become very famous and very rich, all because they found something new to teach everybody else in the world. And that's what your horoscope is all about. In the areas of entertainment, you will also break rules and you will do things very differently because you are a very different person, a person who remains young for most of his life or her life. And that way you will see a person who has a mental attitude which goes on looking for new barriers to break into. So what a wonderful horoscope you have. But you can also be known for your rebelliousness or for your stubbornness, or for your very quick temper, or also for your oversensitive reaction to things. And so you have to tell yourself that not everybody is your enemy. Just because people who are traditional have a traditional way of thinking, they will find you rebellious and more than a handful of a problem. And because you cannot fit into society, you cannot fit in the normal kinds of jobs, your parents or other people may think there's something wrong with you, but no, you are very different and your outlook will be on a very different way. You will look to do things because you know these things will bring some kind of success in the future. So you have a tremendously interesting horoscope, but can be misled or can be misunderstood very easily. Now, you have planets which have taken away some of your self-confidence, so you have to put a finger on that. All I know is that you are born 22nd December. What I need to know is your full date of birth, including your year of birth, your time of birth, to be able to look at your palms, because your palms are very important. They are your DNA. Nobody can have palms like yours because your fingerprints and your thumbprints are basically only yours. So you see how important it is to look for palms. The horoscope has credibility and the palm has credibility. When both of these can be looked at, because each of them has a brain of its own, and when both of them can be looked at, a perfect horoscope can be done. Now, I want to talk to you about 2018. And your 2018 is very important because you have to go into it. Everybody on earth will have to go into 2018 in 18 to 24 hours. It's not like an age which you may have to wait some time before you come to a certain age. No, calendar year is for everybody. And I'm a bit concerned for you that the 2018 does not give you much of a good foundation. In fact, it can bring up to 40 or 45% of difficulties, whether in your areas of romance or marriage or family, whether in areas of job or business or finances, whether in health, whether in anything. It has already programmed that 40% of trouble awaits you when you go into 2018. So you have to be ready. Ready in the way that you have to put your finger on which area of life you are the weakest. And once you can do that, you will become aware of that area and start to strengthen that area. And always remember that you control your horoscope, not your horoscope controls you. And when you realize that, you will be daring enough to make the changes which are necessary. And that way you will have a better chance. Now, since all I know is you're born 22nd December, I don't know what age you are, but I want to give you some sample ages just to show you how ages work in a calendar year. Now, let's pretend that you are the ages of 22 or 31 or 40 or 49 or 58 or 67 or 76. Then you're going to be much luckier than most people in 2018, because these ages which I've just mentioned are very powerful. They have an eventfulness about it, which means they have an importance about it. And if you're of these ages and go into 2018, never mind the 40% trouble. You will always have 60, sometimes 65% even of being able to show success in all areas. Whether you're looking for romance or marriage, whether you're looking to have children, whether you're looking to have a better job or start a business and be active in financial areas, whether to improve your health and get all that mental, emotional and physical stuff, whether in the area of sports, whatever. If you're of these ages I mentioned, I want you to be positive and go ahead. The best way really would be to do a Skype session with me, for which I charge USD 50 US dollars, and that will be for 90 minutes on Skype. And then I will have your full date of birth, your time of birth. I'll be able to see your palms on Skype. In fact, I will ask you to email your palms to me beforehand, because they're much sharper to look at. And I will face read you when I'm on Skype as well. And I may even use Kabbalistic tarot cards for you in those 90 minutes. That would be a session that will be dealing with your next 5, 6 or 7 years in all areas of your life. We'll talk about that a bit later. Now, I want to give you some sample ages and I've given you the ages which are very good. Now, I want to give you some ages which can bring problems for you in 2018. Now, let's pretend that you are going to be or already the ages of 20 or 29 or 38 or 47 or 56 or 65 or 74. Then you have to be very, very careful in 2018. Whatever you try to do can go wrong. Whatever you try to do will rebound against you, whether in romance, in marriage, family, whether in jobs, or whether in business areas or finance, or whether in health areas. So you will see that the calendar year is already 40% bad. Another 30% comes in from these bad ages, and so you will be about 70% in trouble, which is very high. So you have to minimize your exposure to risk, and you can lose money fast, you can lose health very fast, you can lose in love areas very fast, you can have accidents as well. So that's how we measure the ages in a calendar year. Ages always have more power than the calendar year, and so it's very important what ages are in 2018. If you are not of these ages which I've mentioned, then you are somewhere in between and you will have ups and downs, and the only way to know would be one day to contact me on Skype or Facebook or send me an email, and that way let's get down to it and finalize a date and a time to Skype, and it will only, as I say, cost you USD 50, and I look forward to that one day. I want to talk to you a bit about health first. Now, regarding your health areas, I'm going to target some areas. Your first area of worry is your stomach. And so there are the bowels, there are the stomach itself, and then there are the intestines. All three areas are spoken of if you're born on the 22nd of December. There's an irritable bowel syndrome, there's a stomach which can have gastric problems, or it's just a weak, sensitive stomach. There's also your colon, which is your large intestine, asking for help. So you will need to, as soon as possible, no big hurry, but as soon as possible, try to go and look for a stomach specialist to identify what kind of problems there are. The other thing I worry about is a tendency to be having problems of the heart. So I'm talking of the physical heart, not the romantic heart. So I worry that in 2018, you may have some symptoms regarding your heart problems. And go to the internet and educate yourself and just type out of heart problems and symptoms, and they will tell you what kind of symptoms they are. And then go and see a specialist called a cardiologist. You see, we only go to hospitals or doctors for checkups when we are already in deep trouble. Most people who have heart problems only know it after they've had a heart attack. So I'm not saying that you're going to have a heart attack, but I'm saying that there is a weakness about your heart. I don't know what ages you are. I have not looked at your palms. Health issues are best seen on the palms. The horoscope will identify it. The palms will show to what level, at what ages this effect can happen. So I'm targeting your heart to be looked at. Now, I don't want to go too much into it because all I know, 22nd of December, I need all your details, full birthday, time of birth, and looking at your palms. And even your face will show many things. Your face is a map by itself that is where the 9 planets are all there. And so we can also read faces. Well, it's an interesting birthday to have. You have everything to look forward to. You can have some serious issues here and there. But if you're of the ages, if you are born on the 22nd of December, I will say that you have every chance to overcome many of the issues waiting for you. I look forward to contacting with you on Skype or Facebook or on the email, and that way let's get together and get your next 5, 6 or 7 years as best as possible. Until then, thank you and happy birthday.